Hello my loves, and welcome back to another video, and this one is another perfume video, which I am so excited for. I love a perfume video. I am promising right now that this will not be as long as my last one. I love to yap about perfumes, but this one's going to be short and sweet because we are going through a 6 perfume sample set. This is the Rejects sample set from Sniff. Now, Sniff, well, first, I'll talk about that in a second. I'll say right up top, this is going to be the rest of the video. It's going to be cozy, soft-spoken, a little bit of perfume spritzing and paper sounds, but if this sounds like your cup of tea, please get cozy with me. Come enjoy as I dive into it. If this video isn't for you, no problem, and I hope I'll see you in another one. But getting back to this set in particular, I'm excited to jump right into it in case you can't tell. Sniff is a perfume house that I quite enjoy. They have made some scents that I really love. They have made some scents that I really hate. But the thing that I can always say about them is they are going to make something interesting. I have never smelled a perfume from them and thought it was boring. So, when there was a sale recently on a scent that I like, the House of 8, that was going, just maybe being discontinued, I have to confirm that, but either way, it was very on sale. So I was like, this is the time to pick up a full-size bottle, because right now I have a sample of it. I saw that they had, ooh, it's got a ridged edge on the box. I like that. Anyway, they made a little sample set, and calling it the Rejects feels rough, but the premise of this sample set is that it is scents that they had workshopped and meant to release and then rejected for some reason or another. They didn't make it to full production, but this is a way for people to sample some of those scents. I remember when I ordered it, I did look at what the scent notes were. I don't remember any of them. So the goal for today, I have the descriptions there on the box, and I have the website pulled up as well. But we are going to go through, and we are going to sniff first, get first impressions, and then read the notes and see what we think. There are 6 scents. And I have gotten 6 little slips of paper that I have numbered for each one so we can keep track of which is which. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Here. Uh-oh. I gotta get into the box. This is the first test. There we go. Trying not to be too loud with it. I'm accidentally making eye contact with some of the scent notes while I look at it. While I try to open the box, and I'm trying to not look at them. They come out in a nice little tray, and this will allow me to set aside the scent notes on this box, face down so I cannot see them at first, to continue some of the mystique. And we are going to go through in order. Now, these do have names, some of them more literal than others, that I think do kind of foretell what we're going to get. But I'm going to take out number 1 here. And this is number 1, Reject number 1, Cashmere Tonka. So, I'm going to take my little slip here, give us a spritz, and see what we think. Ooh. Give it a little wave. I did accidentally get this one on my finger, so hopefully I like it because it's going to be sticking with me for a little while. I'm going to put the little vial of this back in the box while I let this one air for a moment. Oh, this one, I feel feel like immediately is going in a more masculine direction to me. All right, let's go in. Oh, okay. All right. The first notes that I got like kind of ambiently in the air were notes that I associate with more colognes and more masculine scents. But going and sniffing, I feel like this is definitely more unisex. It's almost like a skin scent. It's a scent that like kind of disappears and just feels organic. Like if this was on a person, I would less be like, oh, you're wearing perfume, and more like, oh shit, do you smell like that? Ooh. It's dissipating pretty quickly, I will say. Like, I feel like I'm suddenly like, where did it go? But it's very grounded. It's very cozy. It does feel very like organic and skin-like. It feels like the kind of feeling it gives me is like hugging somebody who's freshly showered, not in a soapy way, but just in a really clean way and in a really cozy sweater. Like, it's got just a hint of like wool and something cozy and warm, but like very natural and untouched in a way that I find refreshing. This is not a scent that I would typically lean for like a perfume for myself, but I find quite pleasant, and I think would really, I want to hug that person in a sweater who's wearing this. So let's see what they say about this one. Oh. Okay, so cashmere tonka is supposed to be clary sage, black pepper, olibanum, tonka bean, ambergris, and benzoin. The pepper is intriguing because I'm huffing this paper, like trying to get pepper. I usually really like pepper notes. I really like spiciness in a perfume, and I'm not getting that. Maybe that'll come through more on skin. I will try wearing these and see how they settle on the skin. I'm not really getting that pepperiness on the paper. I wish I got more of that because I really, really like it. I think this one strikes me as a subtle scent. It's very nice. It's very cozy. It's nothing like jaw-dropping, but if you wanted like a really nice, cozy, sophisticated kind of unisex skin scent, I would quite enjoy that one. All right, let me have a sip of tea. Gotta keep my throat fresh as we get into reject number 2. This one is Floral Allure. So I'm anticipating a floral scent as we go in for number 2. Let's give her a spritz. There we go. A nice good spritz on that one. Yeah, immediately heady florals. Ooh. Ooh. This is like the kind of notes that are hitting the air are of like a very sweet, like juicy, almost like honeyed floral, like I would think of with like a honeysuckle or something. It doesn't smell like honeysuckle exactly, but that like dewy, juicy kind of floral. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I mean, that's a very sweet, kind of indulgent, very ripe floral. It's like, it really gives like a sticky, sweet kind of floral. Those florals that are almost so like, so rich that they're almost fruity. Now, and I don't mean this in a bad way, this smells like the kind of thing I would kind of expect to find in like a shampoo. This does feel a little bit like classed up Garnier Fructis. And like, hey, those scents are classic for a reason. I do quite like this. I think it's very pretty. I don't think it doesn't hit me as wildly innovative. Like maybe there's something super secret and special in here, but it is a very pleasant, very rich, like drippy, sweet, lovely floral. And I don't want to make it sound like it's like too junior or too like sweet gourmand. It has a sophistication to it, but it is like very classic, indulgent, rich floral, I would say. Right, Fleur Allure. And you know what? It makes sense that it's sweet and juicy, as I was saying, because the first note that they list is pear. Pear, rose absolute, tonka bean, peony, creme brulee accord, which is really interesting, and cedar wood. Now this sounds on paper like a scent very up my alley, and I do like it. I didn't really get the woodiness, and I'm curious if that would come through more on skin. I will definitely wear this one and try this one because that's so up my alley. Like, I love gourmands. I love gourmands more than I like florals, but I like a floral with some gourmand to it, which this is definitely delivering, but I also really like a little bit of a grounding woodiness to a scent often. And I wish I could pick up more of that cedar. I do also historically really like pear perfumes. I find them really refreshing, so it is nice to get that here, because I feel like that's a rare note to get. This one does remind me of, hold on, let me see if I can reach it here. It's near my desk. I have to move shit around, but I found it. This one does remind me of one that I quite like from Sniff that I have in this full size, which is Rose Era. I'm trying to see if you can see the text here. It's kind of a goopy looking text, but this one is another like non-traditional rose scent, which I really like. Like, I really like rose as a perfume note. I think it is so classic for a reason, but I like a scent that's like rose plus, rose with a little something extra, and I do really like this one. This one is rose, but like a very like jammy rose with just like a little hint of something powdery. And normally I don't like powderiness, but with like that richness, that sweetness, that nectar of the rose, it carries it off well. And I wonder if this one, if Fleur Allure was maybe part of the workshopping for Rose Era. I do like this though. I am excited to wear this one. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is just called Heaven, so that could be anything. Let's find out together as we go in with our slip for a spritz. Intriguing. Oh. This is much more zesty than I was expecting. It's very heady. This feels like I was expecting something like cleaner and airier from Heaven, but this smells very green to me. Like, it's like walking through a garden, and it's like a fresh garden. It could be a garden in the sky, I don't know. But like a garden right after the rain has fallen, and it's got a real like herbaceousness, but also like freshness. Like you just sliced a cucumber and like shredded a bunch of fresh herbs around it. But the whole thing is happening like after a crisp rainfall and hit the honeysuckle with like blossoms or lily of the valley or something. These aren't the literal sense, but like this is the vibe of it, you know? It's like green, fresh, bright, a little bit effervescent. It's very surprising, but very pleasant. I do like, this is not a typical kind of scent I would go in for, but I find it really refreshing and zesty and fun. I'm enjoying smelling it. Let's see. Okay. Of course I like it because the first note is bergamot, and I love bergamot. Okay, reject number 3, Heaven, bergamot, forest pepper, just talking about how I like peppers, heliotrope, mimosa blossom, vanilla, and cedarwood. I am impressed that it is so herbal, given the scent notes and like the floralness of the heliotrope and the mimosa blossom, like I guess that's giving the gardeny aspect, but like that like zesty herbaceous kind of spice is kind of surprising to me. And I do like another grounding note of cedarwood. I feel like it's disappearing in front of my nose. These, I feel like Sniff scents, like I don't feel like are the longest lasting, but I feel like they last pretty well on skin. I feel like I lose them on the paper before too long. It's a nice, it like the after effect of it though is very nice and well rounded. It still has a little bit of that zest, but settles into something a little cozier. This one is very surprising and very pleasant. I quite like this. I feel like this is also one that I think could be perceived as leaning a little more feminine, but because of the sweetness of the florals, but I think could have a really cool like unisex appeal to it. I think it's very nice. I enjoy this one. Alright. We're like 3 for 3 on me enjoying scents so far. We're halfway through, so the success rate is pretty good. We're gonna see how we go with the final 3. I already know one of these I'm a little worried about for my personal preferences, but we'll see. Okay. Number 4 is tubella. I don't know what that means. So this is another one. I'm going in. I don't know what to expect. So let's go in for reject number 4 and give her a spritz. Here we go. Very heady. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Oh. This is another really kind of like herbaceous, woody, spicy. Like the first hit I got was almost sweet and floral. Like I was thinking about those really rich, sweet like roses from before. But it goes in a much spicier direction. Like it's a little woody, not quite smoky, but it's like the firewood on its way to the fire. Like the fire is implied, but it hasn't been burned yet. We're heading in that like herbaceous direction again, but much woodier. It's got kind of like a sweet kind of herbal brightness over a really like rich, spicy, woody base. Very nice. This one I think is another like really unisex leaning one. Again, a little bit sweeter, but with some typically masculine notes to it. Also, obligatory gender is a construct. You do whatever you want with your perfumes. There's no gender coding for anything. Wear what you want, but you know, I sometimes find those descriptions useful in perfume, so I use them when I describe perfume. It reminds me a little bit of carrot greens or like carrot seeds, that kind of like almost anise adjacent, or anise if you prefer, kind of like licoricey spice but with some greenery. It's intriguing. Okay, let's see what we've got. This makes a lot of sense. Reject number 4, tubella. Pink pepper, the spiciness. Ginger, the spiciness. Black currant, tuberose, vetiver, where I think that greenness is really coming from, and musk. I'm surprised there is not wood in this, but I think it's that like ginger that's really, the ginger combined with the musk that's settling into something really warm and rich that makes me think of wood, but it's not wood specifically. I also think it's impressive that I like this one because I'm usually very anti-musk. Like I can appreciate musk on somebody else, but like when I think about wearing it myself, I can find musks really suffocating. This is not an overpowering musk. This is a very like nice, cozy, well-balanced scent. This is another one. I quite like it. I think it is like manages to toe the line of being cozy but also like unexpected in a way that I find very pleasant. This is one of the things that I really like about Sniff as a perfume house, is that I think they do really fresh and like fun takes on some classics in a way that I quite enjoy. I think that's very pleasant. The black currant is really interesting that you get just a little bit of like fruity sweetness, but the tartness stops it from being too cloying or saccharine. Similarly, just like a little bit of floral, but like that spicy pink pepper and ginger I think is really the heart of this, of that spice that you get before it settles into the muskiness, and that vetiver brings it that brightness and herbaceous quality. I think it's very fun. Very, very fun. I like that a lot. Yeah, I feel like 3 and 4 are both that kind of like surprising herby woody. I feel like this one is a little like warmer and spicier, where I found number 3 a little more like bright and sparkly, but both very nice. I feel like they're like sibling scents. Okay, let me not look at number 5. Is this the one? Nope. Oh, we're ending with the one I'm scared of. But this is reject number 5, In Your Arms. Another very moody descriptor. Well, moody title, not even a descriptor, so who's to say? We go in for number 5. Here we go. Whoa. We'll see how it settles. I almost got like a note of like caramel wafting through the air. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Immediately very sweet, very spicy. Almost like alcoholic. Yeah, this one it's giving like Oh, and like something almost like smoky is coming through underneath. It feels like if you made like a whiskey caramel or something, or like a bourbon caramel, where you boiled it down on the stove for a while, and then it just like, and then you wood smoked it a little bit. Yeah, smokier than I think I usually go through. This is probably a scent I would rather smell on somebody else. But it's very interesting. I think this kind of like smokiness that's coming through makes it more complex instead of just being like super sweet. But I'm getting like sweet, spicy, smoky from this one. Let's see. This is another one I was worried about because it's got patchouli in it. Alright, reject number 5, In Your Arms. Vanilla Absolute, elemi, musk, patchouli, and vianol. I don't know what vianol is. Hold on. Oh, okay. Vianol, let's see, is a 100% natural molecule designed using Maine's expertise in biotechnology. It exhibits clove-like accords and irresistible smoky gourmand undertones. This explains where I was getting the smoke, even though I didn't see it listed, leaving an impactful signature. Its ambery notes create a warm atmosphere and compositions, adding sweet incense and slightly smoky facets in fragrances, and a spicy twist in floral bouquets. This makes a lot of sense. I am very sensitive to smoke smells, so all of their promises of a subtle smoke hit me pretty strongly. Like, that is a note I am getting very much of, and it makes sense that it is something I did not immediately recognize, because I didn't know what that was. It is interesting. Yeah, I'm glad the patchouli is not dominating, because patchouli, like musk, is a note that scares me. I don't think it's always bad, but I find it very overpowering in a lot of sense, so it is well balanced. It's not like a dominatingly patchouli smell. It is giving a little bit, the vanilla I think is what's lending itself to that sweet caramel kind of vibe, but like, yeah, the muskiness, the spiciness, it's giving a rich caramel and a glass of bourbon by a smoky fireplace, which I think this is probably the scent, honestly, I would be least likely to wear myself, because I don't go in for a super smoky scent, but I do think it's nice. If that sounds like your kind of vibe, I think you would very much enjoy this. I think it is a, like, sweet and smoky take on something that's, like, a little rich and indulgent, but, like, ooh, cozy. Like, cozy, but a little bit sexy. I think that's very nice. And now we go in for a final scent, and the one that I've been worried about, because reject number 6 is called lingerette, and I notoriously do not like soapy scents, do not like powdery scents, do not like laundry scents. So I am setting my expectations, setting your expectations. If I do not love this, don't judge it based on my scent profile. I will do my best to give you an honest read on number 6. Okay. That's another one that had some ricochet and definitely got on my hands. So, we'll see how we feel. Oh. Okay. Let's dive in. Oh. Okay. Now, I talked about Garnier Fructis before, but this is definitely giving Herbal Essences Garnier Fructis. Like, it is soapy, but not in, like, powdery bar soap kind of way, in, like, body wash shampoo kind of way to me. It is much fruitier and sweeter than I expected. The first thing I thought of as I was wafting it through the air is it made me think of, like, grape candy. I don't think that's actually the scent, but it's got, like, that kind of type of, like, drippy, rich sweetness with a little bit of, like, something tangy to it. It's settling into something much more floral. I'm getting a lot of florals from it. A very kind of, like, bubbly floral. It's like almost like iris or something. It is not overly powdery, which I appreciate, like, because I think a lot of scents that are powdery tend to go, like, baby powder or old lady powder kind of direction, which I don't like. This does smell clean, but it smells more like a crisp clean and less like a dusty clean. Yeah, I kind of maintain, like, another luxury Herbal Essences. Very sweet, very, very floral. It's like, has the vibes of soap, but not traditionally soapy. Let's see. Lilac, that's what I was getting. Another pink pepper. We're, like, maybe getting very little spice from this one. Pink pepper, clean laundry accord, lilac, violet leaves, musk, and orchinox. Orchinox is another one I want to look up because I don't know what that sounds like. The clean laundry accord is so vague to me. That could mean a lot of things. I guess that's the vaguely clean. The lilac and violet leaves, I think, are carrying a lot of that, like, green floral kind of carry through. The musk is frankly baffling. I don't smell any musk, but I guess maybe that's, like, maybe you would smell more with wear. I'm looking up orchinox. My keyboard is very out of the way. Okay. From Fraterworks. Orchinox. Orchinox from V Main. I think this is maybe the same. I believe the same producer of the last one, the Vianol that we looked up. Okay. Orchinox is a new form of ambroxan taking the perfume world by storm. It is chemically the same as Ambrofix of Givaudan, I think that's how you say it. I always, it's one that I've heard said and I've seen written, but rarely at the same time. Which is also apparently a higher quality version of Firmenich Ambrox Super, but Orkanox is special. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of flavor text about how special it is. What does it smell like? Okay. Orkanox has a modernizing undercurrent of sweetness and a unique character that makes it a clear standout when compared to common types from the last decade. Here we go. Odor profile. Orkanox presents a powerful, persistent, woody, ambery character with distinctive smoky undertones and a unique leathery depth reminiscent of refined ambergris. I would not have said I got any of those notes here. I'm not an expert. Like, maybe ambery. Like, of all of these scents, I am not getting woody, I am not getting ambery, I am not getting smoky, I'm not even getting ambergris. Yeah, I'm really dominantly getting that lilac and that violet, and like, I think the laundry is balancing it, like, as with the soapiness combined with the violet and the lilac to get you to that Garnier Fructis. I am not really picking up anything smoky or anything musky. Again, maybe that might come through more with skinwear. I don't hate it. I think I like it less than the other one I compared to shampoo, the floral with the fruitiness. I enjoyed more. This is perfectly nice. This is perfectly nice. It smells like a fresh, clean floral. So you know what? I will say there weren't any I hated. Going through all six I would say are a success to a degree. I think my personal favorites out of this lineup, I would say the one that I think is most typical for me and the one that I'm probably most likely to wear and I did quite enjoy was number 2, Floral, which was, or Floral if you want them to rhyme, which is that really like pear and rose kind of sticky floral, which I quite liked with a little creme brulee. Yeah, the reject number 2, Floral, pear, rose absolute, tonka bean, peony, creme brulee accord, cedar wood. Just a lot of notes I really like. The one that I think surprised me the most, and like I've kept thinking about it and surprised me, number 1, the cashmere tonka, the clary sage, black pepper, olibanum, tonka bean, ambergris, and benzoin. Really not a typical scent for me at all, but very cozy. Like, I was surprised how much I liked it. I don't want to smell like this, but I want to smell someone smelling like this. I want to cuddle with somebody who smells like this. That's my takeaway. And then I feel like kind of stand out all around for me is number 3, Heaven, because this one surprised me a lot, and I love like novelty factor in a perfume. Surprised me a lot, and I really enjoyed it. This was reject number 3, Heaven, bergamot, forest pepper, heliotrope, mimosa blossom, vanilla, and cedar wood. I found this one really surprising, really compelling, and I think this one really combined stuff that I really enjoy with a novelty factor that will leave me thinking about it for a while. So I think my standouts are 1, 2, and 3. No shade to 4 through 6. I quite enjoyed them as well. I really did enjoy this little sample set. I think this was very fun. I like getting to smell, I feel like getting to smell the secret scents. Very, very fun. So thank you to Sniff for making all of these. It's not sponsored or anything though. Hey Sniff, I love your work. No, I just, this was very, very fun. Let me know if you like these kinds of chatty perfume review videos. I love doing them, and there are some sample sets, some other sample sets that I just found that I've been eyeing, so if you enjoy this kind of content, I love making it. Let me know. Let me know. But I hope you enjoyed. let me know which of these perfumes you would like to wear, and also if there are any perfumes you think I might enjoy smelling, please do let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are feeling nice and cozy and ready for sleep or ready for relaxation wherever you are at in your day or night. But for now, thank you once again, and goodbye, my love.